At long last, it's back. The Shiba Inu community was taken aback by whales. The number of Shiba Inus currently in motion is around 10 trillion. At this period, Blackrock also made some stunning statements, so they were in on the action. People can't contain their joy. The Shiba Inu fad is picking up steam and shows no signs of slowing down. What the fuck is happening? Furthermore, to what am I utterly alluding in this statement? Permit me to explain in further detail. Your daily dose of Shiba wealthy coins is here. If you are interested in Shiba and want to learn more, you have come to the right place. Stay ahead of the curve in the cryptocurrency business and get the scoop on all the newest news predictions by subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button to get more SHIB news. The area is experiencing scorching temperatures right now. Why is that? Just because Blackrock, yes, that Blackrock has done something that no one saw coming. A huge accumulation, certainly not negligible, was just recorded. A substantial sum of money is starting to trickle in here. But this is where things get really strange. As if timing were everything. Those extremely wealthy investors known as whales have just staged a victorious comeback. The procedure resulted in the collection of about 10 trillion Shiba Inu coins. The truth is that we have a mountain of Shiba. Such a change could not possibly take place in the absence of some objective. Behind the scenes, something big might be happening. I am cognizant of your ideas notwithstanding this. Sure, I'd love to know how much that would cost. Does it seem to be moving really? Fair symbol inquiry that is equal. Something else is happening over there as well. One expert broke it down, and the community is even more enthused than before because of what he said. From his vantage point, Shiba Inu appears to have recently completed a hard and abrupt climb. This is the current state of a bull flag, a typical pattern that has been quite tight on the chart. The essence of the matter is that the opponent will frequently execute a setup play immediately before another explosive play. To what extent does it matter? A favorable sign that the Shiba Inu is not going to give up its recent gains quickly is that it is maintaining its position above a crucial support point. It feels like the stillness just before a storm could hit. And this is the cherry on top. The breakthrough goal is significantly higher than where it is today, around 18% higher, if the current trajectory persists. It is hardly a baby step in the realm of cryptography. Also, the RSI, or relative strength indicator, has not even hit its maximum value yet. Basically, it's not quite moving out of the center, which means there's plenty of room for momentum to increase. If this development proves to be accurate, hang on tight. This might be the start of Shiba Inu achieving yet another remarkable feat of success. A seemingly important event seems to be approaching. The return of whale buying and the regular occurrence of a bullish graph pattern are all indicators that Blackrock has joined the market. To rub salt in the wound, signs of this occurring in real time have now emerged. A lot has happened today, and it's not just regular buys and sells. These are unusual transactions. Players that are truly committed to winning the game are the only ones capable of executing these large-scale strategic moves. According to the latest data from Into the Block, Shiba Inu whales, those with 10 to 100 trillion coins, have recently upped their stakes significantly. They recently acquired approximately 182 trillion coins. For a second, think about it. Furthermore, the top 10 holders of Shiba Inu cryptocurrency already own 10 trillion coins. For many reasons, this is really massive. To start with, it shows that you're quite sure of yourself. Whales do not take pleasure in flinging their enormous bodies about. Big bettors like these often respond in anticipation of major news or price movements rather than after the fact. They might be individuals, organizations, or institutions with a lot of money on hand. They base their confidence on access to information, insights, or strategic thinking that ordinary traders do not have. Therefore, it is occasionally an excellent early warning sign that something major is about to happen because these giants are increasing their exposure by such a large margin. Second, it lays a solid groundwork for future support of the coin. Whales reduce the amount of supply circulating when they retain. They aren't usually trying to make a quick turn. Because of the stability they provide, the extreme volatility is mitigated, and they stand to gain a substantial sum. Also, it makes it extremely difficult for the price to fall easily and gives Shiba Inu a much stronger floor. Having a large number of Shibas owned by influential investors makes the foundation much more safe. Although individual investors are free to sell at their leisure in a panic. A rebound rally is the third factor to keep in mind when discussing this type of accumulation. Professionals are starting to expect this, so it makes sense. When large investors known as whales pile up their holdings, smaller investors frequently follow suit. A chain reaction ensues. The buying by the whales happens first, followed by the beginning of bullish chart patterns, and then the investing by the population. When you start to pay attention, the price starts to go up again. Now for the most peculiar aspect. At the same time, BlackRock shocked everyone with yet another move. The recent acquisition of Bitcoin by BlackRock was valued at about $160 million. That's right, you got it right. One of the world's largest asset managers, despite managing trillions of dollars, invested heavily in Bitcoin without giving it any thought. This is not spending money for a store. This does not constitute FOMO. Such high-stakes positioning necessitates meticulous preparation. All eyes are on BlackRock when it enters the market in this way. How about we start piecing things together? At the same time that Shiba Inu whales are starting to pile in, BlackRock is pulling its own stunt, adding another 10 trillion tokens to their inventory. They are stockpiling Bitcoin in anticipation of a major event. These two events don't appear to be coincidental. It's plausible that a bigger wave is brewing beneath the surface given that these two events are happening almost simultaneously. What about the time? It is incredibly pleasant to be disregarded. Do they know something that we don't? That is the question I have for you. Are these astute financial actors setting themselves up to profit from a potential market breakthrough? Their lead appears to be growing in what may be a major development. Perhaps the regulations are not clear enough. A major shift in global power might be on the horizon. Another possibility is that the Bitcoin market is about to see a full-blown bull run. Bitcoin usually takes the lead during bull runs. However, Shiba Inus are more prone to exploding. Consider it carefully. There is usually more to the aggressive behavior of institutional behemoths like BlackRock than just idle speculation. This is a plan of action. Data scientists, insiders and subject matter experts labor around the clock to solve the problem. When large sums of money start pouring into Bitcoin and Shiba Inu via whale wallets and spot purchases, it usually means that most market participants haven't priced in the smart money season opportunity yet. We may be seeing the first signs of a major shift in momentum. Then, Shiba Inu whales have made a comeback. It appears that BlackRock is stacking Bitcoin. The patterns shown by the charts are bullish. If this isn't the beginning of anything big, then it's the preliminary act before the main attraction. Shiba Inu is an exceptionally promising breed, even when looking at the big picture. The bigger picture is what matters, even though it's easy to become distracted by short-term price changes or market noise. And right now that picture is absolutely obvious, and the bullish sentiment is just growing. At this time all we can do is be patient. This is the exact message of a stunning tweet that Lucy, the chief marketing officer for Shiba Inu, recently sent out. "Whatever is meant for you will be yours," she told me. That much is true regardless of who or what you ask. Having virtue and succeeding,